All right. So I have this issue where if you upload a website, an HTML file, or something you want to share, whenever you click on that link through the AWS S3 bucket, whenever you click on that link, it says access denied. And let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go to my S3 bucket. I'm just going to go ahead and create a new bucket. So let's create bucket. Let's give it a name. I'm just going to name it test 123. We're just going to leave it kind of as is, and then we will click create bucket. Oh, what did I forget? Oh, already exists with a name. I bet you there's no name like that. That's fine. Let's click create bucket. All right, so I create this bucket right here. I'm going to go ahead and click into it and upload my files. All right, so let's click upload. Let's upload. It's going to be a folder, so I'll add folder. And I'm going to select the folder, which is this one right here. Has my HTML file in there. So this I'm using AWS as a website host. I'll click upload, and it's going to upload my files for me. So I got everything selected. I'll click upload, and we're good to go. Right? Should be fairly quick. There's not too many files here. Now I left everything standard, and I'm going to show you the main file is going to be index.html. So, excuse me, now that we got that, let's go ahead and close. And let me go to the folder, which I am in right now. So as you can see, I'm inside the folder. If I go back to buckets, I click on the bucket we created. I click on the content folder. We are inside the folder itself. Here's the file I want to access. When I click on it, we could even go to permissions right here. Doesn't really let me do much, right? I can click on edit. Nope, can't do that. So there ain't much I can do at this point. But if I click on the link for the index HTML, I'm going to get this access denied. It's up here. It says access denied and gives me some weird code or whatnot. All right. So let's go back. Or, yeah, let's go back. And there's really not much you can do at this point. You can play around with this forever, and it would take you longer to mess with everything to try to get it working. And there's a bunch of videos outside where you can like do some type of coding or go to another point within Amazon AWS to get it working. It's really a pain in the butt. It really is. I will tell you now how I set up my buckets to where it's public view and I can use it directly from the bucket. I can actually click on the HTML file and it works perfect every time. So let me go ahead and go back to my bucket list. Let me remove, again, I want to delete this bucket. Of course, I have to type in the name, which is pretty funny. Or I really don't have to. I just copy and paste. And then I will delete the bucket. Now let's go ahead and create a new bucket, and I want to show you how you need to set it up to where you can access it like a website. So I'll click create bucket. Again, we'll give it a name. I'll just type in some random jargon here. And then when I come down here, there's a couple things I want to do. I can go with ACLs enabled, which is what you need to do. And then you want to uncheck where it says block all public access. If you do not select ACLs enabled, even if you uncheck where it says block all public access, it still will show access denied. So you have to have this clicked, that unchecked, and that's really all you need. Once you have that, click create bucket. And what did I mess up on this time? Oh, sorry, you have to click this I acknowledge right here. But we'll click create bucket. We'll go into that file or that folder. We will upload the exact same folder I did earlier. So there it is. We'll upload that. And then we'll come down here, click upload. And now it's going to upload all the files again in that folder. And this, just like before, we'll go back in and click on the index, and we're going to see it works way differently because of the folder permissions. But we're not 100% done yet, by the way. There is one more step you need to do just to make sure everything's working well. So we'll close out of this. Everything's been uploaded. What we want to do is click this checkbox beside our content folder. Again, if we're coming straight from our buckets, we click on the bucket and we want to click this checkbox. We want to go to actions and we want to go down to where it says make public using the ACL. Right? So we want to do this. Now, if you didn't use those options I showed you before, this will not be available. So we'll click that, and what it's going to do, it's going to give public access. So whenever somebody clicks on the index.html, they'll actually be able to view the file. And this is a read only. They can't write to it. They can't delete it. They won't be able to do anything like that. They'll just be able to read it, which is what you want them to do. So we'll click close, and we should be able to click into this now and click on index.html. And here's the actual link. And now when we click on that, it should pull up our website, which it did, as you can see right here. And it works just fine. So instead of having to pay like GoDaddy or these other places for websites, you can go Amazon AWS, create your website through a website editor. This one was actually made through Articulate 360, which is a training e-learning creation tool because I'm a instructional designer. But if you can create an HTML file, if you get one already pre-made, if you want to use any of these HTML or website creators and you can get the HTML file and everything in there, you can upload it right here to Amazon AWS, where in most cases it's going to be free. And if they do charge based on traffic, it's going to be way cheaper than what you're paying those website hosting services like GoDaddy again, or, you know, I don't know. I use GoDaddy for one of my websites just because it's easy, because I take a lot of orders and stuff through it. But again, this is just if you want to put a website up and don't really want to pay anything, if not much at all, this is one way to do it. And it works out really fine. So that will be it. Hope you learned something. If you got any questions, just put them in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you.